Hello, I'm Jeanette. I'm the designer behind Zaneteknits, and welcome to another one of my weekly updates where I talk about the progress, plans and problems in the Zaneteknits knitting world. This is going to be a short one because the last update was quite recently and I haven't really had much knitting time. All that I've managed to do is a little bit of the body on my Windflower sweater. I started the sleeve and added what I think for now is going to be the neckband. It's got a bit of double knit base and then a 1x1 ribbing finished with tubular bind off. But I fully reserve the right to change this up when the sweater is complete if I don't feel that it fits the overall look. And yeah, so again, this sweater is made in collaboration with Magpie Fibers in their Swanky Sock base. I started talking about this in my previous update where I had just finished the yoke, and there's been a little bit of progress. I'll probably talk a bit more about why I haven't been able to knit, and there are 3 reasons. It's because I've been preparing for the workshop that we'll be having on Saturday at Unravel Festival. It's my first proper workshop in person in English, and I want it to be flawless, as flawless as it can be. So quite a bit of work goes into preparing for a workshop. And secondly, I got a new spinning wheel for myself, an e-spinner, because I wanted to mix things up a little bit. So I have been busy trying it out, and I'll show you a couple of skeins that I've spun up since. And third problem is a real problem. My wrist or my hand is playing up again, which prevents me from knitting for long periods of time. It's gotten to the point where even holding 2 keys on the keyboard are a little bit painful, or gripping everyday things. And I don't know how serious that is, but I believe that it might be spinning or knitting related, and that I might need to take it easy for a while in that regard, but we'll see. I really don't want to go through the seeing a doctor thing again, because that just dragged out and I don't think they really addressed the cause. So I might have to Google doctor myself or try out different things like cold and hot therapy, or yeah, I hope that's gonna pass. And before I show you the 2 skeins that I spun up, I wanted to let you know that we'll be starting an annual Zaneteknits Cal on the 1st of March. It will run for 3 months until the 1st of June, and any Zaneteknits project is welcome to join. We have a dedicated Slack channel called Annual Cal 24, as well as a Ravelry forum for that. And you don't have to do anything special, just join one of those forums, or both if you like, and let us know who you are, what you like, what project you'd like to participate with. And the only rule is to have fun, and secondary, if you would like to participate in the monthly and the overall prize draws, then by all means show us your finished objects as soon as you have finished them, and that automatically puts you up there in the list for a prize. The prizes will be gift cards in yarn shops, patterns of your choice, and there might be some yarn. Now a little bit about what I've been spinning. So I discovered this really lovely Etsy shop here in the UK called Wonderful Wool. And I went a bit crazy and ordered quite a lot of fiber from there. And since the last update, I've managed to spin up 2 new skeins. One is this really beautiful pink slash coral salmon. It doesn't have a colorway. it just said that there is pink and rust and orange in there, and it's spun up to be this beautiful skein. The fibers that are in there are quite interesting. Is Merino, Gloriosa I, banana fiber, and nylon. I had never spun with banana, and yeah, I didn't really notice anything different. It has a more planty feel to this, but I don't know if it's the nylon or the banana, or it's not as woolly as you'd think that Merino and Gloriosa are, and it's not as bouncy and squishy, but it's still really gorgeous, and I would definitely knit with it. And the second one is just amazing color combination. I love these colors. Also from the same dyer, and this is just pure merino. Both of these I span as 2-ply. They are about similar weights, sport weight, and yeah, I think these might become presents if I can find the courage to say goodbye. But yeah, I've got such a long queue of knitting projects, and with my hand issues, I don't know when I'd get to knit them anyway, so might as well get someone else to enjoy them. So that bit I filmed just before our workshop on Saturday, and now is just after. So I am happy to report that the workshop was a success. I at least from what I heard from the participants and their feedback, yeah, I'm very, very happy with how it went. I'll go into more details about the whole Unravel experience in just a second, but there's been some other breaking news in that because of my hand, I gave up finishing the Windflower sweater myself, and luckily Lena came to rescue. So when we met at the festival, I was able to hand over her the project to get it over the finish line, and we'll be sticking to the timeline. We'll have a test call next week, and if you are a subscriber, you'll be the first to know. I'm so grateful for her and for her ability to just, you know, say yes whenever there's a need. That also means that I do not currently have an active work in progress, and it's time for me to design something new. I discovered that I can knit, but I cannot knit small circumferences with thin yarn or like fingering weight. So I am okay knitting worsted weight and bigger circumferences or flat. That means where I don't need to work with DPNs or sort of hold my these two fingers in a cramped position, because that's what's causing the problem. With that said, I will be participating in the CAL myself. I've already picked out my project and my yarn. I'll be redoing the Austerskogs pullover in more subtle colors, more neutral ones, and I'll be using this Rowan Island Blend as main color, and I'll start with I'll be using 2 of my hand-spun skeins for this that are DK weightish, and I'll be using this Polwarth from Velvet Sixpence that I span last year, and this one I believe is Doll Hedge Fibers colourway Mink that I'll be adding in there as well, and together they look really, really nice in my opinion. A very big contrast to the original version of Austerskogs, which I have since gifted away because I could not quite get along with it in my wardrobe, and I'm hoping that this will be a different one. So yeah, please join me in the CAL and see how this grows. And the other project I'll be starting is similar colors again. I'll be casting on this this really cool marbled yarn that I got in Vogue Knitting Live for a summer cardigan. I was planning on working on a summer top first, but I am still not in possession of the yarn that I should be using, and I'm running a little bit tight. So I have swapped the projects and I'll be working on the cardigan first. It will be a very fitted, close neck or wide neck potentially option, button down cardigan for summer. So Unravel. We took a few trains to get there. We arrived, we were taken straight to where our workshop was gonna be. We were able to set up and distribute the handouts and set everyone's spaces up. I had taken a little suitcase with me to have all the samples that I wanted to show off. And it was funny because later on after the workshop, when I was walking through the marketplace with the suitcase, people that I spoke to all assumed that I had bought so much yarn that I had to bring a suitcase with me, which was really funny. And I had to explain that it was just my it was my knitwear collection that used Japanese short rows. And if you are knitting from my patterns, you probably know that I use it very often and in almost all of my work where short rows are required. We had a quick coffee and we did the workshop, which was 2 hours, and they flew by. I think that workshop should have been more suited for a 3-hour time slot, but everyone was an experienced knitter there, so I could skim past some sections and cover the most important bits in person. And yeah, it really was a fun bunch. And after lunch we had our meetup at the Wool Decanted stand. We were demonstrating our Barbary sweater and my cardigan version and Leanna's sweater version, and another test knitter was there in her cardigan as well. So really loved our meet and greet at the Wool Decanted stand. We got to speak to prospective knitters of the cardigan about our sticking experience and other things in relation to this that are covered already on the YouTube deep dive for the pattern. And finally we had an hour or so to go through the maze that the Unravel Festival is. I love it. This was my 4th time going, and still I had never seen, there were 2 additional rooms that I had never even visited. Or perhaps they weren't there last time, but my friend said that they definitely were. So yes, every time you go, there's something new to discover. It was really great selection of vendors there this year. A lot of natural yarns, natural fibers, and yeah, really, really awesome. I did not shop too much because I really already have so much yarn. I did find an alternative to color changing yarns from this company called Billum Yarns, and yeah, it's a very gradienty ombre, whatever you might call it. I'm not sure where I will use this yet, but there will be probably a round yoke sweater, maybe one of the yoke meditation series where I just need to spin the base color that matches this. And the only other purchase I did was spinning related, and I bought this bat. I have never spun from a bat. I've never made a bat. I have 0 experience with bats, but the lady at the bag doesn't have any reference to where I got it from. I think I will have to look up the exhibitor directory and find out who was there, because I remember the spot where I was, and she was really kind and really nice and basically inspired me to try spinning from a bat. So we'll see what happens. And I think that's it for this week's update. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.